Hello and welcome to another beer with Wraggy. Trying to do, split things up on the channel between beer reviews and more things that are that we all join together as a community, the beer community, or whatever community. So, let me just wet the whistle. Cheers all. Nice pint of wine. I'm not joking, I have it. Why? Because I can and do. So, tonight's beer with Wraggy is all about modern traditional versus craft. Which side of the fence are you on? And this is a really, it's a big subject for me. Because there's a point where modern traditional and craft cross over, and that's where we talk about cask. In supermarkets, most of us will look at stuff in bottles as being modern traditional. Stuff in cans, not all cans, mind you, you won't call John Smith's in a can craft. Fucking hell, no way. These days you can only call it bitter, but there you go. But you smell what I'm cooking. You smell what the rag is cooking. But yeah, modern traditional versus craft. Which side of the fence are you on? It's interesting. What is your preferred beer? Modern traditional or craft? And I've got to be honest. From a purely money side of things, all day long, modern traditional kills craft. Yeah. Obviously, the version of modern traditional we see in supermarkets now would have been craft probably 12, 15 years ago. It is what it is. This generation of craft didn't really come into fucking hell. I left. I mean, Brewdog came into Sainsbury's in 2000. I think it was 2011, and didn't take off. No one bought it. Shit. That start off. I mean, it might have done well elsewhere, but it certainly in Sainsbury's did not sell. £6.50 for 6 cans of Brewdog Punk IPA. Didn't sell. And at the end of the year, I was pocketing 6 cans of Brewdog Punk IPA for £1. Oh yeah, out of date. That's fucking nice though. To be fair, better than the shite these days. But as I look across the years of me being, before I was a beer drinker, a real ale drinker, before I worked at Sainsbury's for 5 years, on the BWS department, on the beers. I mean, fucking hell, the right department for Wraggy's beer reviews. And that's before I was even a beer reviewer. And real ale craft beer, Simon, you're the fucker to blame. You are the fucker to blame, you oaf. You and your little, somehow you got on TV, and there's this little dude in Wales doing beer reviews. I think that's basically what they said, to be fair. And but obviously he's done well from that. Fair play. Is what it is. I can't fault him. Don't know him. Don't know if he's said anything bad about me or I've said anything bad about him. I've got an opinion. We've all got an opinion in life, and yeah, that is what it is. But anyway, yeah, modern traditional versus craft. See, I like some craft beers. I love me Impy Stouts. I do. I do like the big double IPAs and triple IPAs. But a lot of craft is expensive. And it's expensive and it doesn't warrant that expensive price. Some does, you know. I'll happily pay 10 quid a can for something really decent, but there's times when I have paid that price for a can of Impy Stout from breweries that I absolutely love, and it's failed to hit the mark, and it's like, paid 10 quid for this. It's no better than a 2 quid beer from bloody Sainsbury's. And, you know, being brutal, you know, if I put something like King Goblin, Old Speckled Hen, 1698 in its better days, and 1845 Fuller's, Old Tom, Adnam's Broadside, against a lot of these big beers, and I've got to be honest, the modern traditional beats them, not only for price but also taste, certainly for you know what you get out of the beer and your end result. And it's not a dig at any craft beer breweries, don't get me wrong, you know, it's not a dig at any breweries out there. It's you know, one person's opinion. You know, what's yours? You know, what's your modern traditional or craft? I look around the world of beers, and the breweries for me that stand out, craft beer breweries, Track, Cloudwater, Beak, Verdant, Neon Raptor, Bang the Elephant, Black Iris, of course. Modern traditional breweries, St. Peter's, Titanic, Fuller's, Shepherd Neame, although before the glucose period, Badger Bears, Hall and Woodhouse. It's tough, you know. Locally, Lincoln Green, Blue Monkey, Castle Rock. I mean, there's some breweries that I class as modern traditional. Do they class themselves as craft? We've got one in Nottingham called Lenton Lane. I would never class their beers as craft. Never. I would always firmly put them in modern traditional. I know that Lincoln Green, Castle Rock and Blue Monkey have all done craft beers. If I'm being brutally honest, the Castle Rock craft beers are only craft really because of Attic Brew Company helping them out on that side of things. Blue Monkey have actually done well with their craft. They've developed further than the other two. Lincoln Green, they seem to have backtracked. They seem to have gone back to their modern traditional roots and come back away. I've not seen anything new craft wise in a while. They just seem to have stopped, even though they've got a craft beer pub called the Black Shale. Yeah, I mean, I look at somewhere like Liquid Light locally and firmly craft, you know, but they do cask. And, you know, Magpie Brewery, also local. A modern traditional brewery, but also doing a lot of craft and a lot of variations on craft as well. Really you know, a bit like Blue Monkey are doing now. They're really pushing the boundaries of what they used to do, and you know, certainly challenging the beer drinkers. So it's interesting, you know. And this is what I wanted to open it up for: modern, traditional, or craft. What's yours? Is it down to taste? Is it down to ABV? Or is it purely down to cost? When we look in supermarkets, on a 2 for £7 basis, £3 for £7, sorry. So, was it four? No, it's 4 for £7. I do apologise. No. So £1.75 a bottle is a good price, and when you can get, you know, some cracking brands for that price, you know, big beers for that price, then it's no wonder that modern traditional will, you know, win. And I still think, looking at the supermarkets, that modern traditional is king. Whatever craft does, modern traditional, i.e. stuff in bottles, not cans, is the winner. It's funny really, because I left Sainsbury's in 2015, and it was predominantly bottles. The cans were basically dying out. Even the beers like London Pride in cans, Tanglefoot, John Smith's, Guinness and whatnot. It was slowly getting smaller and smaller. And obviously after 2015, I think basically 2016, all of a sudden this craft beer generation was born. And the supermarkets obviously got wind of it. Breweries were coming in with their beers. Obviously it's gotten a lot more expensive the last few years, a lot more expensive. And now we're at the precipice where a lot of the time only the mega breweries can afford to put their beers in supermarkets. You'd say afford, and you'd think, what do you mean afford, Wraggy? What you've got to understand is that supermarkets take a good wallop of the price. So these beers, if they're selling to a shop, a bottle shop, they'll be selling at, say, if we're counting in X's, because obviously that it's all unknown, not truly unknown, you know. So say the brewery sells their beer in their own shop, it sells for X price. That X price means they get all the profit. If they sell to a bottle shop, it's an XX price. That price is the same as the X price. You thought I was going to say something different there, didn't you? So that XX price is the brewery gets so much of it, then the bottle shop get their share. So that's XX price. For the brewery, they're making less money. So when you talk about going to supermarkets, we'll call that the triple X price. And again, that price is less than what the bottle shop and what the brewery sell at. So that triple X price means that the brewery are getting a hell of a lot less than that they sell to the bottle shop. Hell of a lot less. The supermarkets, so that's the brewery price, the original X. That price there is also the same as the double X, but the brewery get that much below. When it's the shops, the brewery are getting that much below. And the shops are selling it there. Below the bottle shops, there. So the brewery about here, supermarkets are there. The profit margin is literally not much. Even with the fucking duty change and all that bollocks now, what the breweries are getting is little to nothing. The only chance the breweries win at this is those breweries that can produce mega amounts. Although, obviously, there are the breweries that are introducing cheaper methods. They're either dropping ABV, which fucks the beer up because, you know, it's not the beer that you used to taste. Or, like Shepherd Neame, they're adding more glucose, which, if you can taste sugar in a beer, some people can, some people can't. You shouldn't really be able to, because it should have fermented out. Although some people can still taste glucose, myself included. And they chuck more glucose in, which brings the price of making the beer down. However, at a cost to the consumer. So, yeah, it's all good fun, isn't it? So, that's where it's just if you didn't know, and most people know this already, but some people out there may not know about the world of beer pricing and supermarkets. Supermarkets are greedy. They will force the price down of whatever they want to buy. Why? Because they can buy, I don't know, say it's Shepherd Neame Spitfire. They can buy upwards of 500,000 units of beer. Your bottle shop can buy 5 or 6 cases probably at a time. They'll buy all that. They'll say to Shepherd Neame or whoever, what's the absolute best price you can do this for? Otherwise we'll fuck you off. And they'll say, well, yeah. I mean, you look at the price of a bottle, the price of labelling, the price of the people to work it, the price of the ingredients and water and electricity and fucking delivery. And then you realise that in the old days where they used to sell Spitfire for £1 a bottle, you're not making much on that. It is income, it's guaranteed sales, and I suppose in a lot of ways that's, you know, for breweries it's guaranteed sales, but it also gets your brand out there. So people do come to the shop. People do buy your beers on cask, if they see it on cask, obviously. But I've spoke to brewery people from the brewery industry. I know a lot of people from the brewery industry. It's one of the things of being a beer reviewer and doing honest but positive beer reviews, that you chat to people. I mean, some don't like you, some don't talk to you, but there you go. Can't win them all, can you? No, fuck them. But do my thing, they do this. But you know, these are the things you learn. So these are good, the beer with Wraggy's, because this is my step back into doing longer beer reviews, Wraggy Avenue beer reviews, Arboretum stories, and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's funny really. Although the longer I'm away from the workplace, I mean, I literally left the Arboretum 13 years ago, so my memory of a lot of things has died, and it only gets invigorated when something just reminds me of something. But in any case, modern traditional or cask, or sorry, modern traditional or craft beer. What's your pick? If you like imperial stouts, craft beer is going to be the king, isn't it? Double and triple IPAs, again, craft beer is your king. For a lot of beers, older styles of beers, you know, more subtle beers, then modern traditional is your king. Obviously, not every single beer in a bottle is modern traditional. Not every single beer in a can is craft. There are beers behind me. And I can't pick out one in particular. But yeah, not every beer in a can, you know, as I've said. So for me, modern traditional or craft, gotta be honest, modern traditional. Why? Value. What I get from the beer for the price I pay. And even now, when I go into pubs at the weekend, I'm looking at cask, which is more modern traditional than craft, and I look at keg, and yeah, let's be fair, they're basically the same frigging beer. And all day long, modern traditional for me. I like the craft stuff, obviously. Being a beer reviewer, I'm gonna. But yeah, modern traditional wins over craft beer. It's going to be interesting to see what everyone thinks. I can't wait to read what you say. You know, please comment and subscribe if you haven't. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, topic of conversations. There'll be more of these on the channel. Yeah, it's good fun. You know, it's good fun to see what the public think. It's not about the beer review. It never has been about the beer reviewers. Yeah. It's always about the beer or even the wine. Thank you for watching. See you soon.